2-day road trip, everyone except Ruby and Ash left. When we returned, we found two deeply shaken women, and from that moment on, the atmosphere in the apartment began to decay. According to traditional belief, pregnant women are particularly sensitive to spiritual activity. What Ruby and Ash experienced in our absence made even the skeptics among us fall silent. At night, when we left, Ruby had laid down on the couch, her head covered with a blanket, when she suddenly felt the presence of someone standing directly above her. She looked up, and there was no one there. Dismissing it, she continued scrolling on her phone. Meanwhile, Ash, asleep in the bedroom, awoke around midnight to the sound of the curtains being pulled. She sat up and scanned the room. It was empty. She rose to close the curtains again, and as soon as she closed the curtain, she heard the distinct sound of someone jumping off the bed. She opened them back again, and there was no one there, but as soon as she closed it again, the sound occurred. This happened several times in succession. Eventually, she awoke Ruby, and they searched the apartment together. Nothing was found. But later, when Ruby returned to the couch, she heard something else, soft sobbing above her head. She called out to Ash, received no response, and the sobbing gradually intensified into a full-throated wail. Somehow they survived the night. Most of the family dismissed it. But this was only the beginning. Strange events began to occur regularly, most frequently at night. Whispers echoed through the apartment, yet only three of us, Ruby, my grandmother, and I, could hear them. My grandmother believed I was whispering to a boyfriend over the phone when I didn't even have a boyfriend. No one else accepted that these sounds were real. Soon the children began seeing things. One day, the 4-year-old, who had been napping in the bedroom, ran out sobbing uncontrollably. After calming her down, she told us that a woman had been shaking her violently and would not allow her to sleep. My uncle rushed in and found no one. Once again, it was explained away as the child's imagination. But the energy in the apartment was undeniably different. Conversations grew fewer, smiles disappeared, and no one left the house unless necessary. Even daily activities like eating or cleaning began to feel like burdens. Ruby, however, changed entirely. Unfortunately, this is going to have to be a part 1, part 2 type situation. The story is exceptionally long. There is so much detail. It is fabulously written. I absolutely am enjoying reading this story. However, it is super, super long. We have to get through it in 2 parts. I'm so sorry. I will say, though, it was very funny in the beginning of this. She kind of prefaced it by saying, like, you're not going to be able to pronounce my name. Please don't try. That made me laugh so incredibly hard, but I did edit it out just because it took up so much time. I can't wait for you guys to hear part 2. This is honestly an insane story, and the ending is crazy, and I love you guys. I will see you in part 2. Bye.